Mikey, what the fuck? Alright, so I am teaching people how to edit my photos like this, and whoops, and put it like that, if that makes sense. So, changing colors, all that kind of cool stuff. This is really, really simple. I'll do that last. But anyways, I guess I'm just gonna find a new picture and start on that. Okay, so decided I'm gonna use this one of Tamara on the back of this car. So pretty much what I focus on mainly is color popping. So as you can see, the reds is what we really want to focus on. Yeah, so let's jump into it. So the first thing I use straight away, oh, by the way, I'm using Lightroom, Photoshop Lightroom. Yeah, it's quite cheap. It comes with Photoshop as well, which you pay for a monthly or yearly, whatever. Anyway, I jump into the presets that Lightroom actually gives you already, which is, I go the creative one, no, it's a lie, the color one, and we go straight down to matte. So if you can see, it gives it that kind of like faded look, so that's what I go for. So matte, yeah, alright, well, we'll jump into the basics first. So I want to make it a bit more contrasted, little less highlights. So usually most of my photos, like if I were to go through all my other photos, my not these ones actually, more like this one and stuff like that, my highlights are always turned down to -100, as low as they go. Yeah, I don't really ever have preferences because every photo is different, but I usually just like play with them and stuff like that. A bit higher whites, and then my blacks I usually turn down a little bit. This stuff here I will touch after, so I'll come back to that. Majority of the time I don't touch it. I just leave it on -25 saturation, and then sometimes I'll turn down the vibrance as well, just so it's not so harsh. Okay, now this here, the HSL. This is what I mess with so hard. Alright, so I focus on the colors that I want to be popping mainly, which is obviously the reds, of like the tail lights, and what she's wearing. You'll notice these purple, like that kind of purplish tinge that goes around like all the chrome and just like the edge of the photos and stuff like that. I get that in all of my photos pretty much, which is just chromatic it's the names for it in here. Hold up. There we go. Chromatic aberration. Yeah, I don't use, oh god, I don't use the tool that it gives me. I don't use half the tools in here. So what I do is I just turn down the purples completely, and you can already see that it's a huge difference. So I just turn that all the way down. Same as the magenta, turn that all the way down. Now the blues, I will turn them, usually I turn them down to about -80ish, so it's not too much down, because I don't like my photos looking completely black and white. So we'll leave it about, yeah, -80. Now the orange and the yellow, they're really hard to play with because they're the colors of the skin color. That's what make up your skin color. So usually, if I'm going for a more like hype kind of vibe, I will turn them down just to turn down the saturation a little bit. Okay, so obviously the yellow that's the eliminator. That's the one that really makes the color pop. Greens, we don't need them either. So usually I just go -80 on everything. Just to still keep it like a vibe where there's still color, like you still see the color. But she really stands out. I'm gonna turn her up a little bit. No, I'm just gonna leave it at -35. Actually, -30, that'd be fine. So there's the difference so far. And then the hue. The hue is where I mess with like her tones, because she's looking a little bit red. So usually, and because I know that she's her colors are picked up as orange, I just kind of like fumble with it a little bit. Now I'm making it green, which is what I don't want to do. Oops. Why did I touch red? Okay, well, sometimes you can't fix it, which is why I then go back to my basic, and then I just change the white balance, like the temperature, to a more. Oops. Now we'll just leave it as a shot. Yeah, pretty much. Back in the HSL, nether luminance, whatever it's called. I like to play with this a lot. I usually turn my colors right down. Now these reds are really harsh, which is what's annoying me, so I'm actually going to turn the saturation down on the reds a little bit. So they're still popping, obviously, but like they're not as harsh against like the black and white, so you're not like fully popping the color. So jump back into the tone curve, and then you want to click this one down here, because then you can edit like the points of them. And this is where I like to change up, how much. See, if I go like that, it's really, really crisp, really nice quality looking, all that, very contrasted. And then if I put that back up, it gives it more of that kind of hype feel, which is what I go for. And yeah, you actually can get this on your phone and do it with pictures of your phone as well. It's like exactly the same. So yeah. Oh, and here we go. I'll export this, and I'm gonna put this into Photoshop. Actually, no, I don't need to export it. So if you go Control E and you've already got Photoshop, it will open it in Photoshop. Okay, cool. And let's say, like at the moment, if you see on my Instagram, I actually do like 6 photos in a row where it's the same color of, like, yeah, just the same color. Like at the moment, I'm doing blues, not reds. So what I did is I actually changed her pants to be blue, and it is so simple. It's literally adding a new layer, getting the color you want. So we're gonna change green, which is gonna look fucking gross, but we're gonna do it anyway. And yeah, you literally just go over like this. That's gonna leave a huge mark like over there and stuff like that. So after what I show you, hang on, I'll go over these as well. So pretty much after you've done all this, you actually just go around it. Actually no, first off, you want to set it up here to hue, and it just changes the color. Whoop. Well, that's really, really rough. Looks like shit, to be honest. Change it to a different color. let's go for a light blue. There we go. Rasterize. Hue. Why is it doing that? Oops. Fuck it, I'm gonna work with that. I don't give a shit if it looks like shit. And then you literally just go over it with the eraser and fix it up yourself. And I'm not going to spend time doing that because there's no point at all. That's pretty much just what I did with this. Is I left like a whole bunch here by accident, and I still posted it on Instagram. Whoops, sue me. But yeah, it's pretty much just this color. And then I just went hue and and yeah, that is how I edit my photos.